Good evening and welcome to Business Building Business, brought to you by the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. I'm Rhonda Stivers, the Executive Director of the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce? Well, we were established in 1933 and we are the second oldest minority trade and business association in the country. That is a big deal. We're an organization with a very rich legacy, and basically we're here as business advocates. Whether you need technical assistance, certification, minority certification, or you just want to network and meet people that are in business, we are here to help folks that are already in business as well as those that are thinking of business or opening a new business as well. We try to highlight all of the unique businesses, whether profit or not-for-profit, in the city of Chicago every week. And this week we are highlighting a special group, and they are going to talk about a premier event called Power and Purpose. It's presented by the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of the Chicago Links chapter, the Chicago Links Incorporated. Through the philanthropic arm, they support not-for-profits in the city of Chicago. And I just want to introduce our first guest. We have two guests, but we have the first one, Delita Mitchell, and she's going to give us some more information and share with us exactly what Power and Purpose is all about. Welcome, Delita.
Thank you, Rhonda.
So let's just get right into it.
Okay.
So what is Power and Purpose?
Okay. Well, Power and Purpose is designed to highlight some of the issues between mental health and gun violence in the city of Chicago.
How timely.
Absolutely. And so this is the second year of Power and Purpose. The first year, our inaugural year, was extremely successful. And so we thought that we would try it again, and then make sure that we are definitely continuing to reach the people that we need to reach.
And so other than coming on CAN TV, how does the community know about Power and Purpose?
Well, largely through word of mouth. A lot of our guests will be returning guests, and I think some of them, with the dialogue that was started last year, went back to their prospective companies, their groups, their civic organizations, and to let them know that the Chicago chapter of the Links is concerned about mental health. And so we have word of mouth, our Facebook page for the Chicago Links. Mm-hmm. They can get a lot of information from that as well.
And I just said that mental health and gun violence, these are timely topics, especially in this city. So what made your organization decide to focus on this?
Well, our organization, one of its major initiatives is mental health. And so we thought that for in particular, the Chicago chapter, what's happening within our city that we're in, gun violence is prevalent in the city, and there are really not a lot of areas that it doesn't touch.
Sure.
And so because we were dealing with mental health and the effects, gun violence, they just all seem to go hand in hand. Okay. And especially and particularly in the African American community of Chicago.
Well, audience, I want to remind you that this is a live call-in show. We invite you to please call the number at the bottom of your screen, and you can address your questions to Delita and our other guests. So when is Power and Purpose? What's the date, time, and the location?
It's coming up. It is next Thursday, October 11th.
Ooh, okay.
And it's going to be 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Union League Club, Chicago, on Jackson Street.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did you come up with that name, Power and Purpose? You know, what does that embody?
Well, I think it means the power that we all possess to actually take action is huge. And when we put that power behind something that is meaningful, we can really make a strong impact on our community.
Great. And is it open to the public and, anyone attend?
It absolutely is open to the community.
Okay.
And so if gun violence and mental health effects on the African American community is something that you're interested in, you are absolutely welcome to attend.
So how do you address these issues? Are there workshops? I mean, what you come to this, beautiful locations, and then what do you do?
Well, we are so excited. We have our speakers this year. They will address, as they did last year, our topic. And so we are so excited to have as our keynote speaker Simone Sanders.
From CNN?
From CNN,
Oh.
absolutely,
Okay.
yes. So she is a political strategist, and again, she's one of the CNN political commentators, and so she will be our keynote speaker.
Wonderful.
Our opening speaker is Dr. Coffee Moraine Patterson, and she is the director of success at Chicago Scholars Foundation. And so what Dr. Moraine Patterson will do, she will give us the clinical link between mental health and gun violence. So she'll definitely set that tone. And so we know Simone Sanders she'll bring it home, our message home,
right,
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. And in addition to your two keynote speakers, is there an MC? Is there a mistress of ceremonies? Or?
Absolutely. We're excited to have Tara Cooper. She is a partner of Rise Strategy Group. And she is also the former press secretary for Mayor Rahm Emanuel.
Oh, okay. Well, with power and purpose, I can imagine, have other groups reached out to you as far as, how did you do this? How did you come about doing this? What has, other than what you do, at the event that day, what impact have you seen, within the community or other organizations?
Well, we've definitely had other links organizations ask us about it, how it came to be, and the kind of the structure of it. We've had different agencies whose purpose deals with this same topic reach out to us as well. So we're definitely making an effect.
Okay,
We're having an
wonderful,
effect.
wonderful. And you're becoming the experts on this topic.
We're
I see.
trying. We're
Okay. Well, okay. I know that the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation is the philanthropic arm of the Chicago Links Incorporated. So tell us a little bit about the Chicago Links.
Okay. Well, the Chicago Links, I'm very proud to be a member of the Chicago Links. We have been in existence since 1950, and we are the first chapter, Links chapter in the state of Illinois.
In the state?
In the state, in the
okay.
state. So that is a great honor to have. So our with the Links, we are an organization, is friendship and service, and so we do volunteer work and
Yeah, well, I love the whole idea of service, and it shows, with power and purpose. I just can't get over that name. I love it. I love what it,
It's
the
so
whole,
strong.
right, it
Absolutely.
is. I love power and purpose. And is this open to women only? Is it, because the Links is a
women's
woman-
organization,
okay.
absolutely.
But the Power and Purpose Luncheon, and everyone is invited?
Everyone is invited. We will have civic leaders, state leaders, leaders of different agencies in attendance, men, women,
Okay.
and people of all walks of life can certainly
So it's a
attend.
great networking opportunity as
Absolutely,
well.
absolutely.
Okay, wow. I'm looking forward to it. The again, our guests are here today, and they are talking about Power and Purpose. It's presented by the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of the Chicago chapter of the Links Incorporated. And while we did this little switch, we have another guest with us, and who is also a member of the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation and the Chicago chapter of the Links Incorporated. welcome our new guest, and her name is Lauren Johnson.
Thanks for having me, Rhonda.
You're welcome. And Lauren is going to continue talking about power and purpose. I don't know why, I just love saying that, power and purpose. So Lauren, okay, you guys, you get all these people here, you raise all of this money. What do you do with the money? Where does it go?
Well, great question. We're really excited. Last year, we granted $30,000 to various organizations, grassroots groups that worked in the community and also focused on mental health.
Okay.
And ending the stigma and the cycle in urban communities. And so this year, we're continuing that. We found four great organizations that we'll be re-granting monies to. And do you want me to share the organizations?
Sure, yes, please.
We're excited to have Breakthrough. Breakthrough has been around for around 25 years. They're located in East Garfield Park, and they work with families and believe that community partnerships help create safe and stable environments within their community. Earth Heart focuses on mothers and realizes the importance of solid foundations of home life, and that mothers are the heart of the home, so that's where their work is done. Allies of Innocence, we're really excited. They received a grant last year and are re-receiving a grant because they had such an impact on their community last year, and they reapplied.
Allies of Innocence?
Yes,
Okay.
Allies of Innocence. And then also Outreach Chicago. And I'm particularly excited because I love the arts, and Outreach, their mission is to empower and connect people through the practice of visual arts. So we're excited because the groups are diverse, but they all focus on impacting mental health in a positive way in these communities
Great.
that are plagued by violence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And so how do the grantees find out about you? And what's the process? What's the criteria?
Okay.
Your selection criteria?
So this year we had the grantees that were nominated, and they had an application. There was an essay that was required. And then we have a scoring process where there were certain metrics and levels that had to be met. You know, what was their impact on the community? How many people were they going to help? What has their success been so far? So we looked at that and had benchmarks and then scored it from there. And then we have a completely separate group. We have a grants committee within the
Okay.
chapter and the foundation, and then they took it from there and made those decisions.
Wow, you guys are a real business, aren't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, huh? Yeah. And the organizations that you've selected, do you visit with them? Do you work with them at all, or?
So that's a part of the process throughout this next year. The goal is to spend time with these groups, do site visits, get involved, and make sure that the grants are being put towards good use.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then for any organizations that might be out there and they're thinking about this for next year, when should they apply? Where should they go to apply?
So I would say if they do have questions about that, to direct those towards our our Instagram page,
Okay.
Power and Purpose. We have a social media presence, as Delita mentioned before. They can direct those questions, but generally the applications are in July.
In July.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I am really looking forward to the event next week. And we talked about the speakers and the focus of the event. Well, who is, when you say presenting the event, is it just the links, or are you partnering with anyone?
No, it's our chapter, the Chicago chapter of the Links. It's, as you said, the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation. That's the presenting group. But we are excited because we have some really incredible sponsors who have helped put this on this year.
Can you mention any of the sponsors?
Absolutely. Microsoft,
Wow.
Walgreens, and these are in no particular order. Microsoft, Walgreens, we have some private donors who stepped up, PFG Group, Vital Care Industries, Koya Partners, trying to think, Northwestern Medical Group,
Wow.
and even Gift of Hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, they were
Yeah.
here earlier. So you attract a pretty, stellar group of organizations that support you. So you must be doing, good things. Is this an event that's going to continue on, or what do you think?
I think last year the foundation was set and it had such an amazing impact, and it was packed. There were 380 guests in attendance last year, so the excitement is there, and it's continued this year. We're excited. We do still have tickets available, but we're excited to greet all of these individuals who want to use their personal power for a purpose of ending the stigma of mental health and combating mental health and how it impacts urban violence. So I think it'll continue to go on. It may look a little different, but I think it's here to stay.
Right. And do you do anything throughout the year that leads up to Power and Purpose? Any events? So just, this sounds so exciting.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
So the Chicago Chapter Charities Foundation, we also host a cotillion in the spring. That's also a part of our foundation. But in regards to chapter work, I would say yes. I think last month we had a NAMI walk. We partnered with the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And so we raised, I think, $2,000 for them. So there's several mini events, and that event was also open to the public. But as a chapter, we're always working. Links are never busy. They never sleep. So in regards to events.
Yeah, I know. So it sounds like you guys are really committed to ending the stigma.
Absolutely.
I love that. Did you have to have any special training to learn about mental illness, or was there, or
to chair the event?
no, not to chair the event, but your chapter, the work that you're doing?
Absolutely. It's not something I think that chapter hasn't taken this lightly. We have medical professionals. We've also reached out to, I would say, experts in doing the work.
Okay.
We're not just walking in and playing it by ear.
We're the experts now.
Right, no, not at all. There are specific individuals in our chapter that did take the time to get training and have participated in closer proximity with some of the organizations.
Well, I understand that because of your work with Power and Purpose and, some of the other things that you're doing in the community to end the stigma, that you won an award or two along the way?
We did win an award. It's really exciting because the award was given to us this summer at a National Assembly. And so it was around our work, or the chapter's work, I would say, with mental health.
Okay.
And so it was first place nationally of
You
all
won
the
first
Links
place
chapters. Yes,
nationally.
we did.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Lauren and Alita, for sharing this information for this exciting premiere event, Power and Purpose, which is going to be held next Thursday, October 11th. We are hoping that you will follow the Chicago Links on their Facebook page, or find out more about the event and just what the Chicago Links are doing. And again, this is Business Building Business, brought to you every week by the Cosmopolitan Chamber of Commerce. Again, the second oldest minority trade association in the country. We will see you again next week, where we are bringing on another group that we really are excited to share their information with you as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Rhonda Stivers. Good night.